Are we in the midst of a retail investor revolution? Hi, Dave here from Wall Street Wire News. Thank you for joining me. You probably have seen tweets from Elon Musk promoting Doge, which is for Dogecoin, Bitcoin, stonks. And you see people piling in based on these tweets, seeing the prices of these assets rise and rise and rise. And I would say this is nothing new. And it is the beginning of something very, very big. Now, Musk is not alone. I want to take you to a story here from Wall Street Wire News. This is Dave Portnoy. Here we're asking the question, is he the new hype man for the retail investor movement? And if you may not have heard of Dave Portnoy, he's the often outspoken CEO of Barstool Sports. It's a media company valued $450 million. Dave Portnoy is also famous for his pizza reviews, if you happen to catch them. By the way, he also landed an interview with then President Donald Trump. He has quite a massive following on social media, and he's using that massive following to promote a new ETF. Van Ecker's Vector Social Sentiment ETF, or Buzz, which is set to debut this week. And Portnoy says that the Buzz ETF will use an artificial intelligence algorithm to take advantage of tracking methods of specific stocks on the internet to beat the overall market. He says this is the algorithm behind the ETF that Portnoy says will beat the S&P by 42% in 2020. Now, I do want to stop here and say, if I got paid for every time I heard someone who said they had an algorithm that could beat the ETF, I might be worth $450 million. So it remains to be seen. Now, some of the details here, if you do want to get into this, it's comprised of 75 large cap stocks each month based on the interest drummed up by the internet. So sort of a sentiment indicator with market capitalizations over $5 billion. So big companies. Now, and he's basically using his platform to promote this stock. And he was out there, he was leading the charge on, of course, all the GameStop stuff that went on, seeing GameStop rise. And I think this is a part of a bigger trend. He was critical of Robinhood for suspending trading. He's out there, and it's amazing what happened, isn't it? How a bunch of little guys could basically direct their money into one thing and essentially, for at least a few days until the feds and everyone else crack down, control the market. And it's amazing to see this space that we're now going to be in. People using their social media. We've seen this with, say, different kind of influencers like, I don't know, say the Kardashians promoting beauty products. But now you're seeing people direct them to stocks and cryptocurrencies. This is, I think, unless someone cracks down on this, I mean, doesn't think there's anything wrong with someone promoting an ETF. We haven't heard any it's not, you can certainly just tweet about an asset. And it is amazing what the threat here, I think, to institutional investors. But it does add a bit of volatility to the mix, I think, seeing an army, essentially, of little guys go and just pour their money into one thing. It is fascinating to see. Now, if you're interested in the holdings, right now, what's in the top holdings of this Buzz ETF, it seems pretty mundane. Twitter, DraftKings, Ford Motor Company, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, AMD, American Airlines, Netflix, and Tesla. So there's nothing crazy here. We're not driving maybe a poorly performing company or something like that to the moon. But if he's got 3 million followers, and many of them are very, very devoted followers of Dave Portnoy, and if he tells them to put their money somewhere where they're otherwise just maybe putting a little bit into their 401k, this can make a massive difference on the market. And it is incredible. Say you get, 1 million or 2 million people that are willing to put a little bit into all these companies. It is certainly something to watch, something to pay attention to, as we are, I think, seeing a bit of a decoupling between people just, set it and forget it kind of a thing versus this very active kind of endorsements to get people to go ahead and buy a single stock based on the recommendation, not from a market analyst, but simply a media personality. It is truly, truly fascinating stuff. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. This is really big. This is going to be potentially the trend. I mean, maybe we could see someone like George Clooney endorse a stock or something like that. We're entering into brand new territory. Fascinating stuff to see. So we will keep you up to date on all of that. If you're watching down here, love it if you would comment down below. And we would love it if you would sign up to our free newsletter on wallstreetwirenews.com, where you can get today's market in minutes. Thanks so much for watching.